Good morning. Thank you guys. Sounding great as always. Well, welcome on this beautiful holiday Sunday. I want to invite everybody in the Holder Hall to come on into the sanctuary and find a seat up front. We have a lot going on here at Seaside, ushering in the holidays, so I invite you to find a seat up front and enjoy our service today. I'm Nicole Johnson, one of your Board of Trustees and also one of your licensed spiritual practitioners here at Seaside. So, you definitely do not want to miss our 23rd annual New Year's Eve ceremony with Dr. Christina Tillotson. Going to be on Wednesday, December 31st from 7 to 8:30. It's an opportunity for you to let go of what no longer serves you in 2025 and usher in all your intentions for 2026. It's going to be a water ceremony. We are looking for volunteers. There is sign-up sheets in the Holder Hall as well as information on the website, so please join us. And also our family holiday celebration is Tuesday, December 23rd at 7 p.m. here. It is a living room style holiday event. So you want to bring all your family and all your friends and enjoy Christmas caroling, sing-alongs, our guest musician performances. We're going to have cookies afterwards, so please bring a friend and all of your family. Again, that is on December 23rd. And our winter solstice ritual is going to be hosted by Callie Sorensen and her Seaside sisters. It's going to be on Saturday, December 20th from 1:30 to 3:30. There is information at her table in the Holder Hall family room and also on the website. It's a beautiful time to enjoy song and ceremony at this holiday season. And we are super excited to have the Tibetan monks returning once again this year. And they have served our community for over 25 years. And they are from the Garden Sarste Monastery, and they are here to share their message, of finding peace and joy in this time of uncertainty. And I'm going to invite Nicole Soros to come up and talk about our Tibetan monks that are going to be joining us this week.
Good morning, or good afternoon. I'm super excited. If you guys know Susan, she every year is an amazing host for the monks, and she helps put a lot of this together. For the last year, and now this is my second year, I've been helping lead a death and dying panel discussion. So this year is really special. The Soulful Sages group, which is the connection group that we run here at Seaside, we're hosting a panel discussion right here on Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. And it's going to be Dr. Christian speaking about religious science perspective on death and dying, as well as the Tibetan monks speaking about the Buddhist perspective. So it'll be really nice to get the interfaith education for all of us on living, actively dying, and after death is the three areas we'll focus. We'll also have a lunch. The group of monks that are not on the panel will be in the back cooking a beautiful Indian lunch for us. And so if you can't come for the panel and you want to come for lunch, come at 11:30. Otherwise, join us for the whole event. Thank you.
They will also be making their sand mandala, and if you've never gotten an opportunity to see it, it is absolutely beautiful. So please join us this week to welcome them and share in all their hospitality. And our Seaside Kindness crew, Miss Susan Murphy's in the back over there. We're looking for donations to help make some packets and some gifts for our community outreach. It is going to be putting them together on December 21st after second service. There's a basket in the back, and we're looking for toiletries and pocket goods, toothbrushes, toothpaste, and also some pet goods. So harnesses, leashes, maybe a couple dog treats or cat toys, whatever you can find in your heart to give to our Seaside Kindness crew. And the first annual Legacy Gala is going to be happening here, actually in Rancho Santa Fe, on January 30th. It's going to be at 6 p.m., and you definitely do not want to miss this event. It is 100 tickets, so you want to go on the website, get all the information. It is an opportunity for you to join us for this first ever gala, and we are actually going to give you the opportunity, I think Lana's going to show us the home page here in a second, for you to indulge yourself in other opportunities to support our community. So you are going to go on to the Legacy Gala for tickets and giving opportunities, and you can see here how you can scroll through. There's exterior beautification, the new north entrance and cafe area. There's also lights and sound and the restroom restoration. So it's an exciting time for us to come together as a community and enjoy Ruby and the Red Hots, a beautiful catered event here in Rancho Santa Fe at the Daisy McDonald Farm. So please go on the website and get your tickets. I see some of you snapping pictures as we talk. And lastly, in Seaside family style, I invite you to stand and greet your neighbor and remain standing for the congregational song.
Seaside. Everybody's looking so beautiful and festive. Get your greetings in, get your hugs in. And we're gonna sing a Christmas song that we all know. Feel free to sing along. Here we go. Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. Now I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and when you walk down the street, say hello to friends you know and everyone you meet. Sing, oh, the mistletoe is hung where you can see. Somebody waits for you. Once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Come on, Bob. Bob and our Seaside band, everybody. Sing along, say, oh, oh, the mistletoe is hung where you can see. Somebody waits for you, kiss them once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh, by golly, have a holly say, oh by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Very nice, Seaside. We're getting in the holiday spirit.
I like it. That's for. Hey, good morning, Seaside.
Morning.
Oh, what a joy it is to be here with all of you that are here today and all of you that are at home. We know you're there. We just love that. Chat it up on the pages. Talk with each other. Dee, our practitioner, is there to be part of the chat room. And Rebecca, always a joy. And how you doing? Don't you have a run at the Lambs Theater right now?
I do, and I haven't told anybody yet because
really?
I just did my first couple shows.
Yeah, did you get the bugs worked out?
Yes, worked out all the kinks.
Uh-huh.
But if anybody's interested, at Lambs Players Theater, if anybody saw RESPECT when I did that a couple of years ago, they're doing a Christmas festival show. It's really wonderful, and I get to be a part of that. So I'm not part of every show. I'm kind of in rotation with a couple people, but when I'm there is going to be today, this afternoon at 2. But then again,
wait! You're working in a little while.
Yeah,
We got to get you out here pretty quick.
And then the week of Christmas, so we'll be here for our
candle lights. No. I got you. Going, man.
We'll get it right.
Yeah,
but
we got another
Tuesday.
week.
I'm not doing that. I'll be here with
on
y'all.
the 23rd.
The 23rd.
7 o'clock.
But Christmas Eve at Lambs Players, and then on the day after Christmas, that whole weekend. So if anybody wants to come down to Lambs Players and see a fun show, I'll be there.
Yeah, that's a lot easier on us this way. So thank you. That'll be fun. All right.
Yes.
Well, hey, we got a great prayer here.
She's the best.
Yeah, the one I go to for prayer. Anyway, Carolyn is just one of those pillars of Seaside from before we were even in this building. A wonderful practitioner on the board of trustees that got us into this building, and just a go-to for all the other practitioners around here. So this is Carolyn Holder, about to take us to that deeper place.
Good morning. It's beautiful to see all of you here today, and for me to be a part of our Sunday service. And I'm so grateful to Seaside. Really has got me in the holiday spirit. I've got my holiday red on. Last week I went to Rebecca's amazing concert at Sequan. And then this weekend has been all full of activities. We had our Couples Connection holiday party Friday night. Saturday was the crazy men's breakfast. And then tonight, I have the joy of going to the Nutcracker. My dear, dear, dear friend, Reverend Catherine Economou, who is no longer with us, but her daughter, Emily, is a senior in high school. This is the last year she'll be dancing the Nutcracker. And tonight, she has a really beautiful role as a dewdrop fairy. So Ray and I and her dad will be there to just celebrate this beautiful light that Emily is. And knowing so many activities going on, lots of parties and events, and everybody seems to be very busy, but I also know that it can be a stressful time. And as Dr. Christian wrote in his message on Friday, his daily message, that sometimes the holiday blues can just kind of start to filter through our bodies a little bit. So I have two suggestions, should you fall into that. Number one, make sure you go to our holiday family celebration. I think I'm getting it right. It used to be the candlelight. But it's so much fun. You're going to just come out singing and dancing and so filled with joy. That's on the 23rd. And today, if you're feeling a little bit stressed or down or want to just be more filled with the holiday spirit, please come back to our prayer center and we'll love you up with a treatment. It's always our joy. So now it's a special time because we have always a practitioner in the back holding consciousness, and today it's Sharon, and she is a dear friend, a soul sister. We've taken a lot of spiritual journeys together. She just finished teaching Sacred Circles, and her circle just absolutely was inspired by her. And we love her son, Ramon, who has grown up in this teaching. So come on down, Sharon Ray de Leon. Oh, so we just take a moment to settle in as we move into the stillness. And it is in this glorious season of light and love, this time of joy and celebration, anticipation, gingerbread houses, nutcrackers, mistletoe, knowing it is a beautiful time to be here, to be together. And so I know that as I center in and center down, I open to that beautiful heart space, to that heartbeat that I know that is God, that is Spirit, that universal light, that eternal light that moves in through and animates each and every one of us. This place of perfect peace, this place of harmony and balance, this place of being of faith of God. and knowing this healing presence that is the very activity of my life, is the activity, the wonderful expression, the magnificent light of each and every person that is within the sound of my voice. And knowing that this glorious, beautiful light, this love, this one life has brought us all together, this amazing spiritual family where each and every person that comes through our door is embraced in love. And I know that today, Dr. Christian is back refreshed from his wonderful trip to Costa Rica, has a beautiful message for us as he gives us the question of being able to pause and to be present and to know that we're always at choice for the wonderful light that we are, that it unfolds so beautifully as each and every one of us. And so knowing that this day is blessed, this service unfolds in its wonderful expression of love, and that each person here remembers this holiday that you are the gift, both giving and receiving, and feeling that wonderful light, that God light that is within, and knowing that it shines forth wherever you are, warming hearts and bringing forth the love.
All good, holy, holy. All good, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is good, holy, holy. All love, holy, holy. All love, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is love, holy, holy.
Oh, so beautiful, Rebecca. Thank you. All love, all love. Holy, holy. This feels so good. It just feels like a holy time of year, with the holidays and the season of light. So good to have you home this year. We're so glad you're here. Max, thank you for your accompaniment and all the love you've given to Seaside over the years. Thank you. And Carolyn, for your prayer. Thank you for anchoring us so beautifully. Carolyn, you're just such a wonderful light and a wonderful consciousness, and we're so blessed to have you. If you are a prac student or a practitioner, your life, I know for sure, has been touched by Carolyn. She's been a teaching assistant and practitioner training for years and years and years, back to when I was a practitioner, and she was my first mentor, right, when I came out as a brand new practitioner. So grateful for you, grateful for you. Grateful for each and every one of you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to all of you that tune in online. We're so glad you're here wherever you're coming in from. I know you're coming from all different places. Your live stream team is here bringing the service to you and to you here in our sanctuary. I want to welcome everyone, but I especially want to welcome anybody who might be here for the first time. If it is for your first time here, please know you're welcome. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you're welcome here. We honor all paths to God, and we're grateful that you chose to spend your Sunday with us. We're glad you're here. Oh my gosh, you heard from Nicole Johnson, your board president, all the things that are going on in this season, and I'm going to stretch out even a little bit farther and share a few things with you. I saw our bookstore manager, Kathleen White. Deborah Rollins was here first service, and I know Barbara and Sherry are here. They're in the store today, and I just want to encourage you to go check it out. They have brought in so many wonderful holiday things for you, and so do a little Christmas shopping today while you're at Seaside. I say our parking is much better than the mall. Just go on in, lines aren't too bad, and get a little shopping done. And check it out, there's some great stuff in there. Let's see, I want to mention something that's exciting for me. Well, a couple things exciting for me. I am getting ready to leave on Wednesday for a 3-week holiday in Spain. And yes, my son lives there, and my daughter lives in Los Angeles, and my daughter and her guy and I are all flying so we can have Christmas together. I haven't had Christmas with my son or both my children together since 2019. So I'm super excited to do that. But I'm going to miss all of you. But in January, we have a thing that we're going to be doing, and I want to tell you about it. We are bringing back our Wednesday night service. Yes, it's called Inner Light, and 4 of us are doing it together. It is myself, Reverend Lori McMacken, who we're bringing back our Wednesday night gig. We did it together straight out of ministerial school. And we have 2 ministerial interns that are joining us, Tara Short and Maggie Rentala. And so that is starting on January the 14th, Wednesday night, right here in this sanctuary. Our music director is Celeste Barbier. We're excited to have live music. We're going to start with meditation. We're going to have music and a message. And so I invite you to join us on the 14th. All 4 of us are going to speak that first night. We're going to do little mini talks, and then we'll rotate, but we're going to each be here to support each other on the weeks that we're not speaking. So I invite you to come out and join us. We're really excited about it. We've been visioning it for a while. So that's happening in January. The other thing happening in January that you heard Nicole talk about is on January the 30th is our gala. It's our legacy gala. We have not had a gala at Seaside since I think 2008, if I remember. It's been a while. So it is going to be in Rancho Santa Fe. It is at Susie and Scott Glenn's farm, the Daisy McDonald farm. They have a brand new barn. It's beautiful, never been used. We'll be the first ones in it. It's a catered event, California cocktail attire. Ruby and the Red Hots are the band. It's going to be a fun event. But it is limited to 100 attendees, and I'll tell you, we've already sold 25 tickets. So they're going fast. And you also have an opportunity, if you go onto our website to purchase your tickets, to bring your impact even further. There's 4 different categories in which you could donate if you'd like to. And we've already gotten $10,000 donated towards our exterior renovation. We have $6,000 donated towards a new soundboard. There's the new restrooms, or there's opening up our front entrance to a brand new entrance and a new fellowship hall. So places to look to see where you'd want to play. We'd love to have you join us at the gala, and if you feel called to take your impact even farther. But let's see, today I'm going to be reading from Dr. Christian's a book, Wholehearted Living, that he did co-author with Reverend Catherine Economo before her passing. And this is the first year that we used the book. It's a brand new book, and what we traditionally do is we'll use a book for 2 years for our daily inspiration. So we are going to be using it next year, and I'll let you know that the bookstore does have copies for you if you'd like to pick one up. If you don't have one, follow along with us week by week. Finish this year off with us or start fresh in January. And the reading I chose for today is A River of Joy. So, when you do things from your soul, you feel a river moving in you, a joy. And that's Rumi. This Rumi quote speaks to the power of authentic self-expression that leads to an experience of deep joy and fulfillment. Tapping into your true self, embracing your values, passions, and purpose, and allowing them to guide your choices and action leads to a full and fulfilling life that brings great joy and happiness. When you act in alignment with your soul's purpose and desires, there is a sense of harmony and flow. You engage in activities that resonate with your deepest intentions, and this alignment creates a powerful and enriching experience. Living this way brings a deep sense of joy and fulfillment that is not temporary or fleeting, but arises from a deeper source, providing lasting contentment and satisfaction. A river of joy. God bless you. So very glad that you're here today.
That's an awesome reading, Deb. Thank you so much. Good morning, Seaside. We have a brand new guest joining us. It is my honor to introduce her. She is a dear friend of mine, and it is her first time here. And I want to share a little bit about her with you. She's an incredible singer, so soulful, powerful vocalist. And we've known each other for many, many years. We worked together a bunch of times. And she does a lot now, lots of like private events. But if you ever want to see her in person, she does work with a big band, which we don't have a lot of those these days. There's a big band called Big Time Operator, and every second Tuesday, they have a concert at Tio Leo's. So if you want to catch a live big band with Drea leading them as their amazing singer, make sure to check them out there. Also, so total side plug, she didn't ask me to do this. She probably doesn't even want me to, but I'm gonna do it anyway. If any ladies or fellas too, ever want to get their makeup done, she's an incredible makeup artist. Anytime I need something for music videos, private event, anything that I need, like I need help, she is my girl. She is my girl. So I'm just plugging that because she's incredible. And I know sometimes ladies, we need something for every once in a while. So just giving that plug. Okay, enough of that. She's an incredible singer. Let's give a warm Seaside welcome for her very first time here, Drea Journey.
Morning, good morning, good morning. I love you, Rebecca. Isn't she great? Super excited to be here with you guys this morning and just share and just love on each other, right? We're going to just sing a little Christmas ditty, right? Ready, guys?
The job while you're in town. Later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid all those plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland.
And that is Drea Janae. That is beautiful. Thank you so much. Gets us in that mood and festive. It's walking in that wonderful winter wonderland. It's walking in that space and feeling that light and that joy and the magic and the wonder that is going on. And this morning's message is about uncovering your light. It's about bringing your light to whatever it is that you are doing. And tonight, you probably know, is the beginning of Hanukkah. And so there is a whole festival of lights that went way back before Christianity started. It was the second, before the Common Era. You had the land of Israel was occupied by the Greeks and the Syrians at that time. And they were absolutely trying to convert the Jews to believe in their pantheon of gods and their religious beliefs, to be not who they are or true to their religious belief of that one God, but to take on their concepts, more of a paganistic kind of approach. And whether that is a right approach or not, what is not right is to tell somebody you have to believe in the manner in which they want you to believe. And so they dominated that land, they controlled that land, and it was a dark time. But yet there was a rising up. There was Judah of the Maccabees who rose up and led a small band of Jews to retake the land, and they overcame insurmountable odds. It ran out the toughest army, the Greeks, in that era, because they had a belief inside of them. There was a light that started with a small group, and it began to grow. And that's really what I want us to get, is that we have to uncover our light, no matter how small it may be feeling at the moment. We've got to be willing to go with that and to believe that and know that it will grow and expand and begin to show us what is that next step, which is what happened. And when they took back their temple, which had been desecrated, they took one cruse or pot of olive oil that was still pure, that had not been desecrated. It was supposed to last for 1 day, and as we know the story goes, it lasted 8 days until they could purify new oil to burn within their lamps. But when you are in that midst of the darkness, it takes a lot of courage to begin to reveal that light. It takes a lot of courage to believe in that. George Orwell, from 1984, he said, the one that is winning in that moment always looks invincible. It's like when you are in that dark time, it is easy to believe that there's no way out. We're not going to win this game. We're not going to win this war. This political side's not going to win. Whatever it is, it's like you're being put down. But there's something that needs to come forth. That is the light that is within you, that sees a new way, sees a new truth, sees a new possibility. And you have been called for a time such as this to share that light, as little as you may feel it is, or as grand as you may feel it is, with that world. And not get caught in that pigeonhole, because so often we get caught up in, well, these are the facts. This is the way it is. People will go to doctors, and doctors, need to, diagnose. I mean, that is what they do. It helps them get a handle on things. But as soon as something is diagnosed, oftentimes one will get pigeonholed into believing this is what's going on. Well, people don't even need to go to doctors. They can have a symptom. And I've watched medical students, hypochondriacs, I've watched too. They get a symptom, and they start Googling it, and they start looking at it. And all of a sudden, they've got this life-threatening disease that they're about to die from, because they have now diagnosed it, and this is the end of the world for them. And they go down this rabbit hole, and it's like, anybody who researches their little symptom that didn't really have to mean much, and it's like, this is horrible. It doesn't have to be. But that's what can happen when you get fixated and you begin to, say, this box I am in. I mean, and I get it. The medical world needs to do that. That's how they get paid. Insurance companies, where they get most of their dollars, and they have to have a diagnosis. You go to a psychiatrist or even a doctor. They sit there with a laptop on their lap now, between you and them. They're not looking into your eyes. They're looking on the laptop, because they don't want to be, their liability is so high. And then all of a sudden, the medical world may need to do this, and it's not that big of a deal. But if a patient begins to think, That's a big deal. They wrote it all down. I've got this situation, and they begin to own the diagnosis as the truth of who they are. This is who I am. I am a cancer patient. Not like I'm dealing with this. I'm working on this. No, I am a diabetic. And all of a sudden we get caught in these boxes, and what we have got to learn to do is to uncover the light and the truth of who we are and say, I'm not this diagnosis. I am not this symptom. It may be something I'm working on in my human experience. It may be my lesson plan right now, but this is not who I am. A young guy came into a practitioner, an addict, has gone through numerous rehabs. He called himself a retread when he'd go back in. Had doctor's reports, had them in manila folders, put them on the practitioner's desk, and started talking about them. And the practitioner said, you know what, you just push that all in the trash. I want to know about you before you were an addict. I want to know you before you had this diagnosis. I want to know when your light was shining, how bright you were, what it is that you were doing. I want the joy in your world to return once again. And looking for ideas for this message today, I came across a line. I don't know where it came from, but it sounds like some novel somewhere. I just liked it because it just sounded so good. And it says, she remembered who she was, and the game changed. It's like, whoa, yeah, it's like she remembered who she was, and the game changed. When you remember who you are, everything changes. Things are not the same. Things begin to shift because you know what? The world we're living in, that light, it's a wave or it's a particle. I guess it depends how you look at things. I guess that's what. But anyway, we're living in a world that is that is dynamic. It's not static. It is fluid. It is unfolding. It's all frequency. It's all vibration. It is all this energy movement that begins to take shape. And as we share the light, which is that spiritual essence, that greater aspect of our life, than the condition or the symptom or the pigeonhole or the box that we have put ourselves in, all of a sudden we begin to bring a little bit of light to the situation and things begin to change. There was a girl who went into a cave. She heard this cave was a spiritual cave, one great gains wisdom and healing. There's like magic in there. And she went in there and she sat. It's pitch black, it's dark, and nothing's happening and nothing's going on. It's like, and hours go, I know, days go. It's a story, so I can make it up. But she was in there a long time, And finally, about as it came to about the end of it, she said, I just hope there's, something. And all of a sudden, that little word of hope was like just let a little bit of light in, kind of sparked out of her. It's like a little bit of hope, and it sparked and showed on the dark walls these crystals. Like there was crystals in the walls of the cave. And she got excited, and she got more excited, and she got more excited. She began to let that out, and as she let that out, all of a sudden she realized that there was more light, and it was coming from her, and it lit up the cave, and the cave was a crystal cave. It had these crystals and quartz and things, and the things just began to radiate and reflect the wonderful light that began with her. A little spark, a little bit of hope in the midst of the darkness and the blackness. It may look like the dark is winning, but you have got to be the consciousness, the new frequency that allows this light to be uncovered from within you, and it begins to expand exponentially. It's how it happens. You look at messes sometimes and go, oh no. It happened to me. I come back, it's time of the year where I put up the holiday lights, right? I go in the garage, I take the lid off that banker's box of lights, and I'm telling you, it looks as if these guys were practicing for the wrestling championship. They were so entangled and messed up that there was no way that I just wanted to put the lid back on. But that doesn't work. So I wrestle, I try to untangle and all those things. Finally, I find the plug at the end and I pull out enough of the cord and I put it in and the lights go on. And I just realized what we've got to do when we're tangled in a mess is find something to plug into, something to turn us on, which is spirit. That's what I'm saying. You got to plug into what turns you on in your life. Stop wrestling, because all of a sudden with the lights on, I was able to shake it and it kind of came apart on its own. The light was there the whole time. See, the light is within you the whole time. But are you trusting that? You know, have you ever gone looking for your glasses and you ask somebody and they start laughing at you because they're on top of your head? Right? You know since they start laughing at you where they're at. But it's like they're there the whole time. Or how about your car keys? You can't find them only to discover them later. They've been in your purse where you put them to start with and you looked originally, or your pocket. There they were the whole time. You know, that's it. The light is there the whole time, like the glasses or like the keys. You can be in a dark cave, and all that's waiting for you is to reveal a little bit of your light so that reflection can start moving and growing and expanding. That's what happens when we uncover our light. Even if you think, I've only got a little to bring, a little bit of hope is all she had in that moment and that time. We're the ones who've got to be willing to step into that and recognize that we are in the fluidity, that Spirit makes all things new, that our life can be transformed by the renewing of our mind, not getting all in a tizzy over some symptom that we find on our arm or something, but rather allow our mind to be renewed so we see in a new kind of way. As you heard, I was away last week, so I read a nice novel, engaging novel, Dan Brown's new one. You know, Dan Brown wrote Da Vinci Code, Inferno, The Lost Symbol. His new one is called The Secret of Secrets. It came out this fall. And Dan Brown wrote about Robert Langdon. And if you've seen any of the movies, Tom Hanks plays Robert Langdon. So I'm reading this book. I can't see anybody but Tom Hanks. As I'm reading it, I see Tom in my mind being Robert Langdon. But anyway, Robert Langdon's a Harvard professor in religious ideology and symbology. He has this brilliant mind. He's known for figuring out these great secrets of the ages. He's known for being cool under pressure, not because he's an action hero, but because his mind is able to stay calm and think its way through. And in this particular book, he has a love interest, which he hasn't had before, Dr. Catherine Solomon. And Dr. Catherine, yeah, that's pretty hot stuff. Anyway, she's a neuroscientist, a pretty smart gal with the noetic sciences. And this book is totally talking our language. This book is all about consciousness taking place in Prague, which is really the heart of a lot of this spirituality that is going on. And Robert Langdon, he is a very linear kind of guy, and he doesn't believe in life after death. He's well aware of it. He teaches it. He knows karma. He knows all the religions. He talks about how most religions talk about past lives. But unless he sees it, experiences it, that's it. Well, Catherine Solomon, she's all about consciousness. And she has the documentation, which you get in the book, of the non-local aspects of mind. That's our language they're talking, right? She talks about the government's studies on remote viewing, right? Being outside of your body and seeing things that are going on in the world. And so these two have their little spat going back and forth throughout the book as, the world's trying to steal this girl's manuscript. Not girl, she's actually older than Robert, so obviously she robbed the cradle, right? So I'm getting, but anyway, so all that was to build up to tell you what I wanted to share. So I liked her analogy trying to convince Robert, who says, who I'm talking to is who I'm talking to. This is it. She said, well, that's like your brain that's in your body. Who you're with, that's who you're talking with. But the internet is like the non-local aspect of consciousness. The internet's like consciousness that you could go anywhere on there, and you don't have to take your body with you. You don't have to physically be there. Your awareness, your consciousness is researching things on the other side of the planet. You could be talking to somebody over in India, and that's what consciousness is like when it is not bound to the physical body. And I said, boom, chalk one up for the doctor. Man, that is the way it's going. And so as we begin to know that we are more than the physical condition, if we pigeonhole ourselves into a condition, what happens is the energetic begins to just begin to bury us. And what we've got to do is realize, what? I'm getting pigeonholed here. I'm getting tied in. I need some more light. I cleaned a lampshade. I got to fess up. I don't know if that's a common thing. I guess it wasn't in my world. Because when I cleaned the lampshade, the room got brighter. I didn't have to change the light bulb. It wasn't the light bulb. It was the dusty lampshade that had been sitting in the corner for years without ever being dusted. Aren't house cleaners supposed to do that for you? Anyway, but, I couldn't help but to think, that dust is our struggles, our tangles, our worries, our fears, our doubts. That's what dampens that lampshade, that which fills around us. It just dampens the light that we are here to bring into this world. And what we have got to do is to know that there's something inside of us that is greater than this. And this is what we work in teaching in our classes, is like the affirmations, where you tap down into that super consciousness. Your conscious mind moves through your subjective, that holds your belief systems. That subconscious or subjective mind holds all those things, that keeps you in your nice little controlled environment of what you're familiar with. But there's a deeper part of you, that super conscious mind, and it's like a drill that taps through the earth and hits that wellspring or that underwater river, that reservoir that just busts to the surface. And that's what we want to do in our life. That's what happens when we begin to show a little bit of that light. We uncover it, and a little bit more comes, and all of a sudden I realize I'm surrounded in a crystal cage. All of a sudden I can see my way through the tangles that are going on in my life. But I'm the one who has to make that decision and not get all in a tizzy over the symptoms that are saying something different, that I'm magnificent. Your affirmations, as you say that, I want you to know, Spirit loves to hear the truth about itself. And you are Spirit having an experience in this world. And you can experience it at the highest levels that you begin to embrace are a possibility. And the more light that you shine into your life, the more you begin to believe that this is a possibility. This is what can happen. This is what is going on in our world. You can't look at that darker stuff. I mean, yes, you look, but you don't allow yourself to be absorbed into that. You are the one who gets to make that decision, say, you know what, I'm bringing the light here in this space where I'm experiencing a challenge, something I'm working through. And Martin Luther King, he said, quote, you guys have heard it a million times probably, but the dark does not drive out the darkness. The light does that, right? The darkness does not drive out the darkness. The light does that. And what I'm trying to inspire you to do, what we're doing this time of year, is we're celebrating the light, whether it's Hanukkah or Diwali or Kwanzaa or Christmas. It is the return of the light. That's what the solstice celebration, the sisters on Saturday, 1 o'clock right here. The sisters are getting together with Celeste, and they're singing and doing their solstice thing that us guys don't get to be part of or know about. But, it is something that's taken place on this planet from the beginning of recorded history, the celebration of the return of the light. And where does it start? It starts right in here. It starts inside of you. Even if you feel it's only a little bit here, it's what you have to share. You got to have faith that what you have to bring to the table, if it's just a little bit of hope that catches the first flag. All journeys start with a spark. If you can just get that spark going, you've got to uncover that light that is within you and have the faith. The story, I guess, from the Bible. Peter, Jesus, obviously Bible. I wasn't there that I remember. But anyway, Peter's doubting Peter. And Jesus says, you're not thinking like God. You're not seeing as God sees. You're seeing as the human sees, as man sees, as the human being, as the world sees. I mean, that sounds like Ernest Holmes if you're asking me. We don't see as Spirit sees, we see as the world sees. We see this pigeonhole we've been put in, or this box, or this diagnosis. What we want to do is to bring that God spark, that God light to what it is that's going on, and begin to trust that in our life and our world. Ernest Holmes, as we know, the founder of religious science, he wrote in his book, The Science of Mind, that has become our textbook, that actually next year is going to be its 100th year. We're celebrating the 100th year anniversary of this movement, too, come to think of it. But that's next year, so I won't get ahead of myself. It's still a long ways away. 14 days. No. Anyway, Ernest writes on page, page 115. If one will have faith in themselves, faith in their fellow human being, in the universe, Faith in God. A faith, and this faith will light the place in which they find themselves. And by that light of this faith, we will be able to see all that is good. See that all is good. He's got it big and bold. I mean, it's so 1930s, he said, all is good. That's what happens with faith. We will be able to see that all is good. We'd like to say all is good all the time, but he just said all is good. And that light shed, this faith will light the way for others. We become the consciousness of that darkness only when we are without faith. For faith is ever the light of our day, the light of our way, and making that way clearly visible to us, even when all others, it may be beset with obstacles and the ongoing roughness. Our faith will light our path. That is what happens. That is how you bring the light that is here. You know, whoever seems to be winning seems to be invincible. But remember the Maccabees, some small band of individuals who said, hey, we're going to worship God in our own way. You know, we have watched it on football dynasties and political parties. You know, things can swing. You've got to remember, whoever's in that position of winning may look invincible, but know that the pendulum always swings. And it starts with the individual willing to show their light, willing to show what it is that they have been charged to bring into this world. And all of a sudden, it begins to reflect, like inside that cave, that there is so much more that is going on that you begin to attract to yourself that greater good. I can remember when I was, my first car, it was a van. It was great for throwing surfboards in it and doing whatever teenage guys do in vans. And it was the perfect vehicle, other than its battery didn't really seem to be consistent. And so that's why you travel with jumper cables. But one time at night, December, cold, by myself, no one around, and there I am, the battery won't start. And I can remember a guy drives up, gets out of the car, opens up his hood, and he jumps my battery. And he says, you know what? I just couldn't leave you in the dark. I was like, wow, yeah. We can't leave our fellow human beings in the dark when we have got the charge, when we have got the spark, when we have got that something that is needed. Well, I don't have that much, but you do have the spark. You do have that something that is spirit, that is seeking an outlet no matter who you are or where you are, because we're dealing with that which is omnipresent, and you got to have the faith about that. And I got to tell you, I got lots of people, I don't have the faith, Christian. I just don't have the faith. And I'll say, well, that's a bunch of bull. Everybody has got faith. You got faith that bridge isn't going to collapse when you drove over it this morning, did you? You've got faith that at the restaurant, they're not going to poison your food when you order it. They got faith you're going to pay them for that food that they didn't poison. And you got faith that, you can be crossing an intersection and somebody's not going to come busting through on a red light. You have got faith. You have got plenty of faith. You have got enough faith. You may have your faith misplaced. So what I'm here to remind you is to place your faith rightly. To know that all is good is what Ernest tells us. All is good all the time. And I'm going to choose to unite with that by bringing out a little bit of light in the darkness, just hoping there's something more than I'm seeing right now, and knowing that that little spark begins to ignite a blaze and a glory of the presence of God right where I am. There was a little girl who came to a remembrance service. And she took a candle and she lit her candle and just whispered very softly, because it's a little girl, "This is for my grandma in heaven." Everyone heard it. The hush went over. The love that she expressed was multidimensional. It was felt in other realms, I can assure you. It was felt within the sanctuary. Just a little spark. Just a little kid. But it changed the game. It changed that moment. It changed lives. Don't tell me your spark's not big enough. Untangle the mess that you find yourself in. Dust off that lamp that's got your light just covered up. Get that first just little bit going in that dark cave and find that it is ready to come alive with light reflecting that bright light that is within you. Because it's spirit seeking to have a good time. Happy holidays. I love you. right, Danae. Welcome back.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would soon save sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? The son that you delivered will soon deliver you. Baby, did you know that your baby boy will give sight to a blind man? Baby, did you know that your baby boy will calm the storm with his hand? Did you know that your baby boy has walked where angels run? And when you kiss your little baby, you kiss the face of God. Baby, did you know? Oh, baby, did you know? The blind will see, the deaf will hear, and the dead will live again. The lame will leap, the dumb will speak the praises of the Lamb. Oh, Mary, did you know that your baby boy is Lord of all creation? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day rule this nation? Oh, did you know that your baby boy is heaven's perfect lamb? Oh, the sleeping child you're holding is the great I am. Oh, Mary, did you know? Tell me, Mary, oh, Mary, did you know that your baby, oh, Mary, did you know, did you know, did you know, did you know, Mary, did you know?
That is Drea. Renee, Drea, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. That was just so beautiful. I've never heard it taken to that level before. That's fabulous. And Rebecca, where have you been keeping your best friend of all these years? Come on now. What's in this withhold stuff? Anyway, gosh. I saw that. My whole body's still tingling. Well, this is part of our service where we have the opportunity to share our gift, to give our offering, to share our love, and to know that it's really something that does come from our heart, because as we give, it comes back. It's not why we do it. That's just how the law of circulation works when there aren't strings attached. We are part of that ever-renewing, expanding flow that comes from the depth of our being when we tap down into that wellspring. And so when we find ourselves supporting Spirit's work, we discover that our life is Spirit's work, and that flow from Spirit is inexhaustible in our creativity and our self-expression and the connections and all that is necessary to make our life work at that next level, because it is about expanding that light in this world for which we've come to share. So remember to get God as your partner here, then co-create in this expression. So with that said, I want to invite our ushers to come forward at this time, and I want to say thank you to this wonderful team. Thank you to those who mail in your contributions when you can't be here on a Sunday. It's greatly appreciated, as well as those that are part of the Auto Tithe program, that regular systematic support from your world into Seaside. You set it up the day, the weeks, the month, or whatever that is. But that regular support makes a profound difference in our ability to operate without the highs and lows and, oh no, what are we going to do? We now know what we're going to do. We are supported by your love. And you guys at home, we love you and thank you for your support. And those that got involved with the Auto Tithe program, you at home are participating in our ability to be consistent and reach out. And I'm understanding there's over 500 people through the course of the week that watch this Sunday morning experience. So that's the difference in the impact we're having together. So with that said, I want to share this prayer of gratitude with the most generous of spiritual communities, knowing that this is a blessed moment where the fullness of the divine finds expression through each and every one of our lives, because our field of awareness expands and we become that which calls forth that greater good, that greater expression. So we take that which has blessed our life and we send it forth and support Spirit's work in this wonderful way, and find that as we give, we become part of that wonderful flow. And so I say thank you, Father, Mother, God, for being a conscious giver in support of that Spirit. And doing this brings a deep sense of peace and security that all is well, because it is. Spirit's there. And so it is. Amen. And together, let us say this affirmation of abundance, which is, Spirit continues to bless my world. Gratefully, I live as the giving expression of Spirit, opening the floodgates of the affluent flow of greater good as my life now. Those are our guys from Seaside. Great job, guys. And as I stand before this bounty, I feel the outpouring, the love, and the caring, and the blessings. For I know right now that these gifts that you have shared have been infused with your love and your joy and your blessings. And so Seaside is open to receive that energetic vibration that comes with this wonderful gift. And I know right now that these gifts are handled in good stewardship and is put forth back into this world to carry your infused vibration of love and joy to all those that comes in contact. Thank you, Father, Mother, God, for this opportunity to be part of the wonderful expanding flow of good. And so it is. Amen. Hey, this is Nicole Johnson. She is your board president here and student in the School of Ministry, and probably entering close to your senior year. So congratulations. Very exciting. That is great. Drea, oh my goodness, fabulous, wonderful. Thank you so much for finding your way here. And Rebecca, what a joy to share with you. And I know you got to get out, get to the Lambs players, but I always appreciate you making Seaside a priority and putting us before most of your gigs. So that is great. And the 23rd, yeah, we got like a living room setting going on here. Some of your friends are coming. The guys are going to probably sing their Boston Charlie bar song. The women are debating still whether they're going to get sexy for us with Santa Baby. Wesley is going to be the drummer guy this year. Way to go. And the Partridge, well, You got to show up for that one. That's going on. But Reverend Debbie, we're going to miss you. My goodness. I wouldn't have told them you're going to be gone for 3 weeks, but if it's unorganized around here, they'll know why. So anyway, we're going to miss you a lot. Travel safe, and happy holidays. Give my love to Brianna and Sean for sure. So Ed, thank you for the sound, and Landon, thank you for the visuals, and wonderful stream team, thank you guys so much. And behind that wall, leading the controlling and the cutting is Steve Grant, and so it takes a lot to get that out there for sure. Anyway, we got a lot going. We got some stuff going on. Like Tuesday, you heard Nicole stand up. Her soulful sages. She assisted us to add years on our life with grace and the right attitude. But this Tuesday, she has invited one of the Tibetan monks to come and talk about moving on from this world. What are some of the thoughts you can have before you ascend, you transition, you move on to your next state of awareness. And he and I are going to have a dialogue, and I don't know, maybe a couple other people will be a part of that. So Tuesday here at 10 o'clock, is it? Right here in the family room. So come be a part of that. You're invited for sure. Let's see. Saturday is the solstice celebration with the Seaside sisters. You want to be part of that. It's always a great way to bring in the light, to honor that light returning in our world, the pendulum swinging once again. The 23rd is our holiday celebration service. You've been hearing us talk about that. Always a fun thing. Good time to bring people. It's just a fun, lots of laughter. You guys get to sing. We get to sing. Some of Rebecca's friends get to sing. We'll light a Kwanzaa candle, menorah, those kind of things. So it's a good experience. Dr. Christina is doing the year-end, New Year's Eve, disillusion of the past stuff with her water ceremony there. So there's a lot of good going on. So you don't have to be alone. You don't have to be lonely. Come out and play with us. We've created a lot of opportunities for sure for us to get involved. But all of this is because we're a family together, and we're here to support each other on our spiritual path. Also, Debbie mentioned we weren't really going to break the news until after Christmas, but you heard the Legacy Gala is happening at Susie and Scott's wonderful new farm and barn out in the ranch, and they're opening it to the first 100 people. And so you can get a ticket. You go online. You saw how you can do that. You go to our website, and it's only for. And Ruby the Red Hots. If you ever heard her play, it's probably with thousands of people in the park. She's one of those corporate bands that puts it on big time, and she's doing a little private event. Susie has arranged that for us. So it's gonna be great right there. That's the actual barn we're going in, and that's the sign. Look for that under their olive tree. But with that said. I'm going to pray because we are family. We're doing things together. We're here for one another. Good times, bad times, or rough times, or challenging times, or joy-filled, high, happy times, holiday time. We're here for one another, but you got to be here. You got to get here. I mean, we're here, and I have people say, well, I wasn't feeling good. I don't want to be a downer to Seaside. No, that's the time you come. Let that light dissipate that down kind of feeling. You know what? I'm going to stop this motion building up to prayer because I didn't talk to our kids. And I just saw Ramon looking at me. He was one of our drummer guys once. And I'm thinking, you know what? What better way to get us into that consciousness than the little kid saying, this candle's for my grandma. Hey, Wesley, what's up, man? You been practicing?
Hi, good morning. Well, actually, Wesley say, okay. So, hi, good morning, Wesley.
Good morning.
Wesley, I'm going to actually have Ramon join me because Ramon made a prayer stop. He's super powerful. This is yet I've ever seen
stop
before.
Me mid-prayer.
Dr. Christian stopped halfway through our prayer. So Ramon's been here. Ramon, how long have you gone to Seaside for?
I don't know.
What's your earliest memory? How old do you think you were?
3.
He's been here for a really, really long time.
It's called his whole life.
And now, when I get to have him here with me,
christening.
it's like super special. So Ramon doesn't know this, but he's going to actually share just really quick what we did today. Ramon. Oh, my teens growing up. Okay, Ramon, what is this paper?
Paper.
What is the paper made out of?
Paper.
And paper's made out of what qualities?
God ingredients.
Thank you. It's made out of God ingredients, right? And we're all made out of this same piece of paper, right? All the God ingredients. But we get to come here and be special expressions, all different, right? We're all made out of the same stuff, but do we look the same?
No.
No, we don't, right? But we get to bring all of these special qualities. Can you guys hold up your snowflakes? So we cut from the God ingredients these snowflakes today, and these snowflakes, do they all look the same?
No, but When they were paper, they did.
Yeah, and that all the paper is made out of what?
God quality.
You bet. Okay, thank you, Ramon and Wesley.
All right. And together, let's say our affirmation with the children. And our affirmation is, together, we see you, who you truly are, a beautiful image and likeness of God. We cherish you. We support you. We love you. And with that, what higher launch into consciousness can we go than celebrating our children, that spark of divinity that is so on the surface, that there is a reminder of that which is within us, that which transcends dimensions. It is omnipresent, which means not just here, but everywhere. There is that expanded consciousness in which we are part of. It is the peace that we are of. That is the life force. It is the intelligence. It is the wisdom. It is the power. It is the first cause, first breath. It is the essence of all things. It is all things. It is life itself. That is what I am, you are. That is that which we have come from, and that is our true nature. So the joy, the kindness, the abundance, the well-being which we attribute to the God nature, that is the true nature of our being as well. That wholeness, that well-being, that sense of joy, that vibrancy is what will dissipate and eliminate and obliterate anything unlike it. That's what will remove without a battle and without a fight, though we can hold on to that symptom and claim it and fight that monster, but we also can choose to let go and allow the emergence of that divine vibration that allows nothing unlike it to be present. And it's in this return to wholeness and grace that the body begins to be a little bit more fluid, a little bit more flexible. It returns to its perfect weight. It is healthy, vital, vibrant, and alive. It is dynamic and the perfect vehicle for us to march into this world with our charge, our purpose, our dharma, to do our calling, our song, our life, whatever that is we are to do now. Let us know there is a life stream of energy that moves through us, that attracts to our world anything and anyone that is necessary to fulfill that dream for which we have been entrusted. There is a light that is getting brighter within, that shines so bright that the world can't help but to see that which you are of. They know that you have been with the presence of God. Your face shines like Moses is when he comes down from the mountain. He said, man, he was with God, and I am that. I am that I am. That is what you are. And it's in this knowingness, anything unlike it fades away, and you triumphantly rise to a new level. You're born into a greater expression of your creativity, your joy, your jam, your love. All of a sudden, you find your world working with greater ease and grace, and a sense of fulfillment and richness becomes the natural state of being in which you live, and the heart is filled with a gratitude and an appreciation. It is filled with the recognition and the realization of the presence of God in and through all things. And it's with this kind of realization, I know every prayer request that has been brought forth to this community is now being fulfilled, that there's a healing going on in the lives of all the requestees that bring them back to that perfect place of equilibrium. And grateful to know that Spirit in its magnificent expression is doing its thing perfectly consistently as our life. And I'm grateful to know that I'm not in this path alone, but rather my world is a reflection of the ever-evolving consciousness of light that you and I are now. Grateful to know the world has shifted. The game has changed. Everything is different. And I say thank you for that great, good opportunity I now step into boldly and courageously, shining my light for my true self to be seen. I let go to this, I trust this, and allow that to be. And so it is. Amen.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. Said no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Seaside, sing it from your heart. Come on. Yeah. That's right. Beautiful. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yeah, Seaside.
Hey, and our affirmation for the week is I'm uncovering my light now. Together, I am uncovering my light now. Touch your heart and let's say it again. I am uncovering my light now. One more time like you mean it. Come on. I am uncovering my light now. And our song of grace.